Coming up on today's show, a Porsche Taycan in Germany travels 625 miles in 9 hours. Sandy Munro shares some of the secrets of the Tesla Model Y in a series of very comprehensive teardown videos, and rumours abound that Ford's upcoming F150 plug-in hybrid ute will have a really small range in EV mode when it's fully laden. These stories and more coming next. This is Ecotricity's ecoTEC roundup show from New Zealand's only carboNZero certified renewable electricity company. We are 100% Kiwi and we're 50% community owned. Search today at ecotricity.co.nz. Welcome back to another ecoTEC roundup show. I hope you and yours are safe at this tough time. Most long-distance road trips take longer in an electric car than they might in an internal combustion engined one, just because of the time it takes to refuel. But this week we heard the story of an electric car that covered 625 miles in just 9 hours and 12 minutes. The car in question was a Porsche Taycan 4S, being driven along Germany's Autobahn network by the folks at the Autobahn Specialist YouTube channel. Because the Autobahn has higher speed limits than most roads, as well as select segments that are completely unrestricted, the car was able to keep a fairly consistent high speed. Even if you factor in the charging time, average speeds work out to a heady 70 miles per hour. It proves that Porsche wasn't kidding when it says the Taycan was designed for sustained high-speed driving and sustained high-speed charging. As we covered in recent weeks, Tesla's US factories are currently unable to produce any vehicles because of current regulations. But that hasn't stopped Tesla engineers from working on designing and building ventilators to help in the fight against COVID-19. Unlike most other automakers engaged in the same fight, Tesla's engineers have taken a different track, repurposing Tesla Model 3 and Model Y components to design and build a fully customizable ventilator system that doesn't take parts away from an already constrained supply chain. The result? A fully functioning ventilator built in double quick time that Tesla already has all of the parts it needs to build. It even has a touchscreen display built out of the infotainment screen that's found in a Model 3 and Model Y. Now that's clever. While we're on the subject of the current global crisis, automakers have been slowly announcing furloughs and layoffs at factories across Europe and North America. Pretty much every automaker you can think of has been affected in some way or another, but exactly how each automaker has been affected depends on the company's size, how big its factories are, and if the company is engaged in emergency efforts with auto industry unions to make ventilators and other much needed emergency medical equipment. Despite the ventilator efforts that Tesla is engaged in, it can't actually restart vehicle production until May 4th because of stay-at-home orders in the Bay Area. Those who can't work from home will sadly be furloughed, and every employee will get some form of pay cut. Most will get a 10% cut, with director-level executives taking a 20% pay cut and vice presidents taking a 30% pay cut. In related news, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has said that Tesla's planned Battery Day is now officially being postponed amidst the current pandemic. Like the Autonomous Day that Tesla held last year, in which the company presented a whole deep dive into its autonomous vehicle hardware and software for Wall Street analysts and select journalists, Tesla's Battery Day is expected to cover both existing and future battery cell designs, as well as give details of Tesla's future production lines for batteries. While Musk said that Battery Day will happen, when it will happen is still up in the air. He said if things continue along their current path, it could possibly be held in May. With everything going on right now, you'd think that buying a new car would be the last thing that most people would be thinking of. But it turns out that the imposed isolation of COVID-19 is actually getting people to rethink their attitudes towards plug-in vehicles. Why? Well, with so few people out and about travelling, air quality has improved because of a reduction in transportation emissions. And people are seeing for the first time what the world could be like if we dumped fossil fuels altogether. And that, says Venson Automotive Solutions, means that more people in the UK, a total of 45% of the people it questioned in a recent survey, have realised what a difference electric cars could make to the environment, and they say they're now seriously considering EVs as a future car. It's hard to imagine anything positive coming from this pandemic, but the rise in EV interest could be a silver lining. As we've watched the Tesla Model Y enter production and begin deliveries, we've started to learn more and more about the engineering beneath this important vehicle. But over the past few weeks, we've learned even more thanks to renowned engineering expert Sandy Munro and his celebrated vehicle teardowns. For those of you who don't know, Sandy Munro tears down vehicles for a living and then provides detailed engineering reports to various automakers and analysts keen to understand how a rival's car works or how a particular vehicle is made, both from a cost analysis and an engineering perspective. And these Model Y teardowns, which have been taking place for the past few weeks, show us plenty of clever tricks that Tesla has used in Model Y. I don't have time to go into them all, but you should totally check out the many hours of analysis available by going to munrolive.com. For the past year or so, Ford has been talking about the hybrid, plug-in hybrid and all-electric variants to its iconic F-150 pickup truck. And although we've seen some of the F-150 electric prototypes in action, this week we learned via Autocar that the F-150 plug-in hybrid will likely be paired with a powerful V6 engine and may only have an all-electric range of 10 miles per charge. That's already causing a lot of consternation in the EV world. But what's important here is that the magazine notes the quote is for a fully laden truck, not one being driven empty on a daily commute, as so many F-150s are. Look, I'm not looking to make any excuses for Ford, as that range is really small, but context is important, and this could suggest that unladen range may be 2 or even 3 times that of laden range, which is still too small if I'm honest. As one of the few automakers able to resume its production vehicle process at full steam ahead because its facilities are in China, Volvo's luxury arm Polestar has been teasing us this week with the first ever footage of its Precept electric car in motion. Due to be unveiled this spring as a concept vehicle, the Polestar Precept is designed to be a high-performance luxury model with a fully vegan interior made of composite lightweight materials and recycled components. It's not clear if we'll ever see the Precept enter into production as a vehicle that you can buy, but Polestar says it's an expression of what the brand hopes to achieve in the future. In terms of design, I'm seeing elements of the Nissan 370Z at the front, with a sweeping full-length glass roof and a tail end that feels like a cross between the Volkswagen XL1 and the Lucid Air. What do you think? Let me know below. This week, we learned that the construction at Tesla's Giga Berlin has yet again been halted and suffered a setback. This time it's got something to do with the soil quality at the site of the facility. And that's bad news for Tesla, and it's also bad for Model Y reservation holders in Europe, because as Elon Musk confirmed this week, the European launch of Model Y just won't happen until Giga Berlin is up and running and producing cars. That's because Tesla plans to produce all European market Model Ys at Giga Berlin rather than produce them in America and ship them halfway around the world as it's done in the past. It will certainly save Tesla a lot of money in the long term, but it's sad news for European Model Y customers, and it's likely going to be a year or more before European deliveries start. Sadly, we don't know where Kiwi Model Y orders will be made yet, but when we do, I'll share. Swedish motorcycle company Cake has unveiled a new, more affordable version of its no-frills Colk motorcycle. Called the Cake Colk Inc. SL, the new model features everything needed to make it road legal and says Cake can reach a top speed in excess of 63 miles per hour, which makes it a good commuter. While it's no live wire or Energica, the Colk Inc. SL could be the first bike for everyone, and it's lightweight, easy to maneuver, and offers up to 3 hours of riding per charge. It will retail from $10,500 before incentives, and you can order one with a pre-order from $200. Deliveries are expected to start in July, and as usual, I'm hoping I get a chance to ride one, as I'm really a fan of minimalist motorcycles, as long as they've got the power to keep you safe and out of trouble. And finally, earlier this year, about the same time that we were coming back from Fully Charged Live USA, the University of Cincinnati in Ohio put up a listing on the govdeals.com website with a very sad-looking shell and parts of a dismantled EV1. It was originally donated to the university for its engineering students to use, but the car has sat in storage for many, many years. And for about a week we watched the auction intently, wondering who would end up buying it. But now we know. The Beta Electric Motor Carriage Collection in Colorado, which paid an astonishing $23,662.10 to get its hands on the EV1. It will eventually join an impressive collection including a super rare 1998 Nissan Ultra EV, a 1997 Honda EV Plus, and many other cool historical EVs. I think I need to pay this place a visit, don't you? And on that note, that's your lot for today. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, tell your friends about the show, and if you've got some feedback, please do send it our way. Make sure as well you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next episode. And of course, while you've got a browser open, why not switch to New Zealand's only carboNZero certified renewable electricity company? They make it super easy to make the switch, and you'll be helping New Zealand go green long before it needs to, weaning itself off dirty energy and onto clean green power that will keep the nation beautiful. We'll be making some more fun content for you all to enjoy next week, but until then, please stay safe, remember to wash your hands, and keep yourself healthy. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield. Ka kite! So see you next time.